Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel, Ronald the Peculiar One. I did play two parts of this, but with the DLC, so that means the game is like a continuation. After you beat the game, you can play it over again. I think that's what that was, and I'm going to play it from the actual beginning, and I'll play maybe 10 minutes of it or something, and to get started on it, so you can understand it because I want you to see the beginning, not the DLC version. So I'll just put the DLC version on the other content if I haven't already put it up. Let's get going.
Revolution ushered in a new era that threatened to transform the values of men. No longer would spirituality be their compass, but not all welcomed the change. In 1783, just as the fires of the Laki eruption had plunged all of Europe into an ashen darkness, a horde of demons spilled from the shadows and fell upon city after English city. It was a message. The Alchemy Guild, fearing the rise of
Trying too
industrialism and
hard.
abandonment by their wealthy patrons, had done the unthinkable to defend their existence. Through recondite arts, the alchemists had created shard binders, humans transplanted with crystal that attuned them to demonic power. They sacrificed the shard binders, and in doing so threw the gates of the world open to demonkind. Countless innocents died, and though the church succeeded in vanquishing the Hell's End, a steep price had already been paid and collected.
This stuff they're talking about,
As for the shard binders, they were presumed to have all died in the sacrificial rite.
they do this today. Still today.
Two survived. Jeeble, a boy for whom by some miracle the rite did not prove fatal. And Miriam, a girl who was spared the rite altogether on account of the strange slumber that took her just before it could begin. 10 years have passed, and mankind too soon forgets tragedy. The demons have returned, presaged by a great castle. And on this very hour, Miriam awakens. Upon learning Jeeble is the architect of this new, bloodstained ritual, Miriam and the alchemist Johannes set forth for the accursed castle. Their galleon cuts through the water, lancing towards the inevitable.
On a boat. And all those tattoos.
Johannes, are you certain it was...
It was Jeeble's doing, Miriam. No mistake.
It's so hard to believe. I wouldn't even be alive if not for him. He's a good soul.
I know. I know how you feel. But the facts are apparent. And the hell he endured 10 years ago would break the best of souls. Miriam, I want you to know that I'm sorry. What my brothers subjected you to... there's no forgiving it.
It was their transgression, not yours. You always took care of us.
Obviously, not enough.
Well, let it go, Johannes. We need to focus on the task ahead. If Jeeble is responsible for the summoning, then I have to stop him. I gave him my word.
I ought to do it. He was my best friend.
But I'm the only one who can. The shard experiments prepared me for combat. Let them amount to something. 10 whole years. What put me in that sleep?
I wish I had the answer. All I know is the spell that stopped time for you was advanced. But by observing the ebb of the magic's hold on you, I was able to predict exactly when you would wake up.
Oh, I see.
We'll make landfall soon. You should get ready.
Would you actually wear that in the middle of combat? I mean, you would want to protect your entire body. Not be in some kind of little shrinkage dress showing tattoos and you know what I mean. The one on the right, the guy on the right, at least has something on him. He's some kind of equipment or whatever.
I had the chest there packed with essential equipment. Now would be a good time to put it on.
I was just talking about that. What in the world is that? It must be another DLC thing. That's weird. Okay, so it's a DLC thing. I'm assuming you don't start out with this. $15. $10 and $7. Apparently you have stuff in there already. I don't think you have any of this stuff when you first start.
Good. You're prepared. The next order of business is to...
Look at her. She's like got winter jacket on or something. She must have heard me talk about her being all in a little
I'll take
dress.
care of it.
Yeah, I bet you will. What just happened?
Is that a shard?
I'd forgotten the way it felt. Like uninvited claws scraping across my bones.
Look at her. Can't take her serious with that outfit on.
The demon's power was transmuted into that shard, which forcibly bonded to the crystal embedded in your body. The strength you gain from it is undeniable.
I thought the procedure you discovered halted the corruption.
It did.
You can
but
pause
that
it to read
doesn't
this.
guarantee you'll be safe if you start absorbing
I'm just gonna
I know my body's limits better than anyone.
get through it as
And I'm
fast
going
as
to need all
possible.
the power I can get. And if I run into trouble, you can help me. You've done it before.
Thanks for giving me a choice in the matter. Well, I won't let you down. Not if I can help it. Just promise you won't push yourself.
How did they get inside?
The demons from the castle must have infested the ship.
Then they can help me wake up these muscles of mine. I'll wipe the deck with them.
I got something following. What is this thing? It's this X button here. Oh, it recharges? Get out of my way. It didn't do anything. It's kind of in the way.
This device responds to magic. Maybe I just need to hold my hand up to it.
Alright, I'll play a couple more minutes. She's not as strong as the other one. Go that way. That thing is annoying. It's like following me. Pushed the wrong button. I thought I was saving it, but I wasn't. Okay, there we go. That's 13 minutes. But I wanted to say something about this game, for instance. How the beginning of the story goes. You have a bunch of people in these robes worshiping, sacrificing. That stuff's real. They have that in real life, and that they're the ones who control society. They're the ones who control, well, the world, basically. That's why when I saw that gold at the White House, the president, that gold behind the president, that stuff, I'm gonna say it. It's evil. It's evil, and society. You can believe this or not believe it. It's up to you. But all societies and everything around the world are controlled by these groups of people. You can talk. Priests talk about it all the time. Some of the stuff that they do is, I'll just say it. God doesn't approve of some of the things that that the churches do, in all churches. So, but back to what I was saying, they talked about this stuff. They have it on YouTube and these videos and stuff, talking about how, just like this game, for instance, I think Dracula and all that stuff, they tell you is because, the original story based on Dracula or the guy in Transylvania and so on, and then they made it up. People ate it up, and just like that, the holiday, when they cut the evergreen tree down and they decorate it in December, all these different, like Santa Claus, which is made up, Easter Bunny, made up, and they do all these things to distract us, but behind all of it is a cult, basically, and it runs everything. It runs drugs. It runs the pharmaceutical companies. You name it, they're all in on it. They're all in it together. And it sounds kind of crazy, doesn't it? But I think you can do a little research and you realize it's a fact. But yeah, if YouTube don't copyright what I'm saying and block me, but YouTube is kind of, I like putting content up and stuff, but I thought I'd get somewhere with that by now. And if you watch my videos, you know what I'm talking about. But I wanted to share some of actual things that are happening in this world. This game kind of triggered it, so that's why I'm talking about it. This type of game, I used to enjoy this stuff, but after doing some research, my mind is opening up more and more. I'm realizing just how awful the world really is, and the thing with money, paying bills, making you go to work, come home, go to work, come home. That's all you do. That's all you do. And the things that they talk about, it's AI, artificial intelligence, the quantum chip they're coming out with, all these other things. Anyway, this game triggered it, and so I wanted to talk about it. Yeah, these cults are real. The beginning of this game, where they wear those robes, they sacrifice people. They do human trafficking. They're part of the drug thing, the drugs and stuff, and drug trafficking, pharmaceutical. Like that during that lockdown, what was it, 2019, early 2020? They were all behind that. They were all behind that stuff. And even in Israel, in Jerusalem, they got devil worshippers there, sacrificing stuff that they don't need to be doing. That stuff. They do it. They do it all over the world. It's not just they do it here in the United States. They do it in, like I said, you think that Israel is supposed to be this holiest place in the world, but it's probably like evil, this place in the world, or it originates out from there, because you're not supposed to be sacrificing cows and doing these rituals. And what is a ritual? What is that? Remember back in the old days, in the Dark Ages, they call it a witch hunt. So you're a witch, and they burn them on the stake. What do you think that is? That's a cult, because they called them something they weren't, to get rid of them, to hush them up. And so they call it a witch hunt. But in fact, they're the witches, not the ones that they were burning, you know. And so, yeah, this game is based on that stuff. The original story of this, I used to like Castlevania really well as a kid. I thought it was the neatest thing. One person takes on evil and triumphs in the end, and that's cool. And that's I like that. That there's a hero, and that's what I liked about Castlevania. And I like Castlevania 2, Part 2. But like I said, as time goes on, I start to realize these things more and more, where all this, I'll just say it, awful stuff comes from. These stories come from. And I think it's an inside joke to the cults, because they bring out these types of games because they probably own those companies, and they have a say in the background, just like movies, TV shows, the camera, basically, how they distract all of us with entertainment. Like what I'm doing this here for content to entertain you, but I didn't make any of it. I'm just making content to, so I can do stuff like this, so I can talk a little bit, and share my thoughts on things in the world, my thoughts of how I see things. You don't have to agree to it. You don't have to agree to any of this. I just thought I'd share it, because it triggered it. This game triggered it for me, and blame the game. It triggered me to talk about this stuff. Because at the beginning of the game, they do that stuff. Where do you think that stuff came from? They have cults, and that's why they're the richest people in the world. They make up all that money. It's not real money. To us, it's real, because they force society to follow, the script, basically, and do as I say. And we all obey, even if we don't realize we are obeying. We say to ourselves, no one tells me what to do. No one controls me. But look around you. You are controlled. And you do follow a set of their rules to have something. And guess who makes it? Guess who made the machines? Guess who made all that stuff to get you to, well, go work for them so they can pay you what they printed out. They know money's not worth anything that they print. They know that it's worth something to us because they taught us, use this to buy stuff. And they don't use that. They don't use money. They don't have to. They use assets, human trafficking, drugs. They don't have to use money. Money's printed. It's nothing to them. But anyway, I'm realizing more and more every day that society and the governments aren't what you think they are. And they pretty much proved it already out in the open. I mean, just look at this country, United States. Look how the presidency was and is. Look how one says one thing and does another. They give money away and they don't even know where it goes. Stuff like that. It's all right there. It's proven right there. Or like, let's look at Area 51 just real quick. They say it wasn't military base. It's civilian. Okay? But then they say that, because they say that it didn't exist. And now they acknowledge it exists. and they say it's not a military base, and then they say it is. You see what I mean? It's saying it's not a it's civilian run, but it's a military base, or vice versa. The lies are right there. I tell you everything you need to know, and that I I I believe, and this is my opinion. All of it's my opinion. You figure it out yourself, or don't. It's all just, you know. I lost my chain of thought there, but anyway, I'm getting into it too much. But anyway, yeah, it's all a they don't know what they're doing. Society doesn't know what they're doing. We're we're just following orders basically, and most of those orders contradict themselves, and they have proved it over and over that it's all about them and not everybody else. So, yeah, this is my take on stuff. This triggered it. Bloodstained ritual of the night. It's its fault. It triggered it. But yeah, it's all based on it. It's all based on truth to a certain extent. Yeah, it's a story. Story means made up and fake. But the rituals, devil worshiping, human trafficking, drugs, immigration, how people are disappearing, homeless people are being rounded up, and nobody is the wiser to ask the question, where are they going? What are they doing with them? Why are they hurting their own people that are homeless? Why are they arresting them? Why are they giving them tickets? They can't afford to pay that. Instead of helping them, oh, and there's so much land, instead of helping them, they arrest them or they write them a ticket. Or they take them somewhere, because they're starting to take them places, just like how they round up ICE is rounding up the immigrants. Where are they all going? You don't have a crew supervising and watching where these people go. Yeah, some places are legit. They're taking them, somewhere, and but other places, where are they going? You don't hear a whole lot. All you hear is, oh, they're dirty in our city. Oh, the crime rate's going up because of them. And there's and they keep talking about this country, this United States, that it's the richest country in the world. No, it isn't. Not for the poor. Not for everybody else. Not for the majority of the people. They're talking about the rich. They're talking about the elite. They're talking about the devil worshippers. The ones who do rituals that you don't see. They're the ones behind all of it. And I cannot believe, well, I say this, I'm actually talking about this stuff. This game triggered it. But that's my feelings, and it's getting worse. And this is just my opinion. This is how I feel, and and based on what I've seen and experienced, that's what I see. And you can take it or leave it. It's up to you. But when they say, "Oh, this is the richest country in the world," no, it's not. Not to the majority of the people. The majority of the people are poor. The majority of the people are not rich. And we're all one step from being homeless, if you ain't already homeless. And the things they do with these jobs, it's awful. It's awful. I should do a podcast instead of this. I should just do a podcast. but gotta have background. You know, I gotta have a video game or something for background entertainment. Um, as I talk about these things, these are serious things, and this is happening, and everybody's all they're thinking about is the latest video game system that's coming. The PlayStation 6, the Nintendo Switch 2, you know, how it's out and how much that's Nintendo ruined that thing, you know, for everyone. Either you you agree with all the agreements or you can't use the device that you just purchased. You paid for what, $500-600 for that thing, and they can just push a button and work it. So, all right, thank you so much for watching. And I know this is kind of a long talk now, but I've been doing that in past few videos, and I'm just tired of it. You know, I'm just tired of seeing the. I'm just tired of being lied to in my face by this by the government and by the how they have all these different services supposed to help people when they don't help people. They pass judgment on them, and it's wrong, and it's getting worse. And so, as certain people have money, certain people have a home already paid for, certain people have certain things, so they're living comfortably. They don't want to lose it. And just like what Jesus said, you know, he goes to that one guy because he had so many possessions. He wouldn't walk with Jesus. He didn't go with him because he had too many possessions. So he went back to his worldly life, and so in other words, the more stuff you have paid for, which is good to be able to pay for, so you don't have any debts. But the more things you have, the more controlled you are by society and by the governments, and you want to keep it. You want to live comfortably, don't you? You want all that food and look at the stores, just real quick. Look at the stores. The rich people or the wealthy, the ones that have a lot of money, they'll order it online when it first comes in, or they know when it comes in. Okay? And they order all that food from the stores. So the grocery stores deliver it to them, and now the shelves are empty. Now you have less food. So when you go to the store to get some, if you have any money to go, you don't see very much food, and the prices are out of control. And it's on purpose. They're doing it on purpose. They could make it 5 cents a loaf of bread if they wanted. All they have to do is change some policies with, you know, the taxes and stuff. You know how it all works, from delivery to fuel, shipping, you know, all that stuff. All they have to do is change the prices, bring the prices completely down, and there you go. 5 cents a loaf of bread, 5 cents for, or $1 or whatever for a big thing of steak. It's that simple, you know, but they don't do it. They don't want to do it because, like I said, it's run by a cult, by this evil entity that's behind the scenes, you know, and nobody's the wiser to it. Or to say nobody, most people are not wise to it because they were born and raised in the society of do this, you'll have this. Do this, but they won't let you do this, so you can't have that. See? So there you go. A little bit of, yeah, this game triggered it, and you can tell. But we're done. We're done. If you want me to play some more of this, I'll play some more of it. If not, I'll move on. And, you know, it's sad to say, but Castlevania doesn't look the same to me like it used to. I see this cult now that they made these types of games, you know. to boast about, what they do in the background of society. So there you go. All right. Thank you so much. And again, you don't have to agree to me. Agree with what I say. You can figure it out yourself. I'm on the right track of how it is. And if not, then I guess you'll just stay in the dark about reality. Because as time goes on, it gets worse, not better. I'm struggling. I'm struggling pretty good here. I'm not sure how long how long it'll last. This YouTube content that I put up, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it for the most part, even though I'm not getting paid a cent for it. But so I'm gonna voice my opinion, and let what they call let the chips fall or land where they lay or whatever. All right, take care. Moving on to the next video. Take care, everybody.